I want to share a story with you that might resonate, especially if you're navigating a tricky situation at work. It's about career decisions, self-worth, and how our professional lives impact our financial well-being. So let's imagine you've been at a small company for a decade. You've been there through thick and thin, handling multiple departments because, well, the company's structure is a bit of a mess. The leadership has been all over the place, so you've had to pick up the slack in a lot of areas. For all this work, you're making about $50,000 a year. It's not a terrible salary, but considering the workload, it doesn't quite add up. One day, you find out that the company has hired someone new to be the CEO's assistant. This new person is making close to $80,000 a year, and what's baffling is that you were never even considered for the role. You've basically been doing this job unofficially for years, with a few extra tasks thrown in. The new assistant, who is getting paid significantly more, consults with you constantly because they don't really know the ropes yet. You're left feeling overlooked, underappreciated, and frankly, a bit insulted. Now, the company is forming a new department, and they want you to lead it. But here's the kicker: there's no immediate pay increase, just some potential commission opportunities down the road. On top of that, you're still expected to handle all your old responsibilities. It feels like they're piling on more work without offering fair compensation. You start to wonder if you're just stuck in a bad situation. Last year, when you took a 2-week vacation, the CEO realized just how essential you were. They even sent you an email saying as much and gave you a small raise and a $2,500 bonus when you returned. But now, it seems like that appreciation has faded, and you're back to square one. The biggest issue is that you don't have a formal background in the work you've been doing for the last 10 years. You worry that your skills won't translate well into the corporate world outside of your current company. Should you stick it out because you like the people you work with on a personal level, or is it time to move on? It's also worth noting that you have a side hustle that brings in an additional $30,000 to $40,000 a year. So, your total income is higher than what the company pays you, but the side hustle isn't your main focus, and it's not guaranteed money like your salary. Here's the thing: staying in a job where you're underpaid and undervalued can be emotionally and financially draining. It's easy to feel loyal to a company or the people you work with, but at the end of the day, you need to look out for yourself and your future. That means evaluating whether your current job is helping you grow, both in your career and financially. When a company tells you that you can't possibly get a higher increase for your work, it's usually a sign that you've hit a ceiling there. And when they hire someone else at a much higher salary for a job you've been doing unofficially, it shows that they might not fully appreciate your contributions. This can be a tough pill to swallow, especially when you've invested so much time and effort into the company. So what can you do? Start by assessing your skills and experience. Even if your background doesn't match the traditional corporate world, you've gained a lot of valuable experience over the years. Look at your accomplishments, the challenges you've overcome, and the knowledge you've acquired. You might be surprised to find that your skills are more transferable than you think. Next, consider whether it's time to look for other opportunities. It's always a good idea to keep an eye on the job market, even if you're not planning to leave right away. You might find a position that values your experience and pays you what you're worth. If you do decide to move on, having a side hustle that brings in extra income can be a safety net, giving you more flexibility and financial security during the transition. Lastly, remember that your financial health is just as important as your emotional well-being. It's okay to make decisions based on what's best for your career and your wallet. Staying in a job out of loyalty or fear of change can hold you back from reaching your full potential. In the end, it's all about knowing your worth and not settling for less than you deserve. Whether you choose to stay and push for better compensation or decide to seek new opportunities, make sure your decision aligns with your long-term goals and financial well-being. After all, you've worked hard to get where you are, and you deserve to be rewarded for that. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more new personal finance stories.